that's really delayed. Okay. Still trying to figure out this timing to get that going. Because I see a little tiny preview. Hello. I see a little tiny preview. That's like 5-10 seconds behind. So whenever that's the problem, is that whenever I click like go live, it's like, is it gonna be when I click my live? Is it injecting the time place that I am now, or I don't even know. So that's why it always gets confusing. So I'm thinking of making a new start screen there. Hello. To make it seem so I can have a little bit more time and make it a little bit easier on myself. Or it's not dependent on literally a timer. So I'm thinking about that. I just haven't got around to executing it quite yet. But let me get hello to you guys. Okay. But yeah, that's the idea, is to try and remake that. I love it, but I probably want to remake it to be actually more functional, more than, it was a style at style at the time, but now I'm like for the intro loading thing, I want to make that a little bit better. Hello guys, hello, hello. Hi Star, hi LED, hello. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Cookie, hello, and cartoons. Let's see. Yes, we're gonna talk about everything that I added today. Literally 5 minutes ago. Before I started, so everything's kind of a little messed up place here. Okay, so I did adjust this a little bit. I recolored it and added some extra bits around here. I added these two references for me. So I added a toy and nice little masque around it thingy. It's like a little complex, but whatever. Toy cutter. Because I noticed I wanted to see like with the eyelash the black eye line around it. I wanted to see like my V1 version had to like stop around here, was to like where the end point was. So I wanted to see like how they did it. So I figured out that they go all the way down to like where the bottom of the eyelid is. So that's what I got there. So use that now so I can see like it goes all the way down. So I fixed that. Computer stuff. Let's see. And this one, I did pick it for the lols just because I saw it in the wiki gallery, the G5 wiki, and it's like, why is this a thing? Painting on top of an eyebrow is already pretty gangster enough to do that. So, that's kind of why. I also was like so struck by like how the actual artwork is also very like reminiscent of G4. Just the way that this eye circle has the black outline go all the way around. Eyelashes on top. This little snoot. This entire face. If you remove the hair, it's a G4 character body and the head face style and eye style. So it is weird. The little ear thing is the only kind of thing that's a little bit different in the eyebrow. But the actual eye highlights and the whole eye itself is completely G4. But then you go over here and like everything's bad in this picture. Okay. I also like how the paint artist has his palette, I think, but they haven't included in the picture. Weirdly cropped off slightly. It's just all weird. So that's why I included it, just to have it be a weird, ever staring into your soul picture. Always there, always watching. Let me move my mic just a bit there. Hello, Rhyme. Let me get my hand for you. Hello. Let's see. I'm gonna get G5 painted on my own face. Oh, jeez. I know. So I did some other small stuff. Obviously, I added the other eyeball. We'll get into that and how complex that is. Let me get into the node system of how that works. Did I set up this all the same? I think so. Head. It's not that complex. I still need to add a whole bunch more stuff. I need to add a bunch of techie stuff of deformers. curve deformer, so I can actually kind of like curve the artwork itself. But most of this is pretty much what we got. I had to add a whole bunch of stuff, but if you kind of just look at it like more, I organized it as best I could. Like this is like all here is this one eyeball. So everything here basically is this one eyeball. The eye stuff isn't connected, but that's okay because it's this one, so I can move both eyeballs. There you go. So now she can look around and go. If you kind of just look at it, it's more just like look at how many lighter blue pips there are. The darker blue are the special nodes that can like add properties or change properties to the main drawing element. Like the main drawing element is this cheek, which I have it to be a separate picture, but if I go to next frame, I have a couple other pictures too. So the eyebrows also change. I just set it up to be like that. So if I click on, it just goes to the next frame in the sequence. I just animated it to be like that, so each of these go to a different frame. Basically, you got the cheek. This is this cheek, which has this is a drawing element. This is the main picture. This is where the picture goes. This is where the handle to move the picture around in space. And then I added and split up the properties of that drawing layer to have different, more complex property stuff. So I got different sub layers for like the cheek to say like, oh, I want the overlay layer, which was on the first frame, to be its dot, and then only exist in the OpenGL view, but not in the soft render. Hi, Common Dragon, welcome. So not in the soft render. Soft render is actually when it exports. Ooh. Oh, it actually rendered it. Okay. So the soft render says, hey, don't actually render it when you actually make it a real video. OpenGL is how it's moving when it's white flower, but blue flower means that it's exported, in a sense. Or what it's going to look like when it's exported. So, then a line art for the cheek. If I go to line art, sub layer, second frame, you get to see this. This actually, just this, is the line here, the outline. Color art is this sub layer, which has the bottom part, which has a cut to be cut with the bottom of the whole eye composite itself. So this can only exist where the eyeball exists. And then you can see that there's a tiny white outline here. I don't know if the stream is bitrated enough that you can see it. So there's really, really tiny, thin, white little dots, little ant lines. I noticed that was there, and that was also, if I get rid of the matte resize just to show it, if I render it, you get to see this like really, really gross like line. Hopefully you can see that. There's a little white line as I'm tracing. You can see that. So with this matte resize is going to change the actual scale of the cutter, and that just makes it a variable to then make it a little bit larger. So anything that's really complicated. This is just all that weird stuff, but it is pretty basic once it's like, if you set it up in like nice little chunks, because then it's like, oh, here's the eyelash, which is, you know, just a whole eyelashy this bip that's being separated into different sub layers, and then each of these are going into different places. Eyeball has a highlight, pupil, iris, you know, kind of stuff, and these go into a composite, which go into a cutter, which gets cut by something, I don't know, the eyelash, yeah, the white part, the color art part of the eyelash, which is just the white part. So that means that when the eye goes past the white part, then they disappear, and because they're layered in between the overlay layer, which is the black part of the eyeball, then they disappear. So, and you got the eyebrow, which is also like the reverse of the cheek, that if I put this down hopefully a little bit in the right place, you can see that little ant line here. So I had to do the same thing, I think, or did I not? I don't know. Yeah, so I probably want to fix that as well, so that there's not this line here, which I probably can just hopefully just copy and paste this thing here and put it probably, see if I can just put that there. Beep. Okay. So the battery size actually has some specific properties, like 0.15 that I had to set up. So while we're here, let's do that for the other eyeball, or the other eyebrow, or eyebrow, apparently. I already got it on this one. Cool. Let's rename this while we're here. Any questions so far? So that's all the generic of like the basics of like what's sort of going on. Everything else that's going to be more complicated is just going to be pretty much just going through everything that all these different pieces and just adding more or adding different drawing substitutions, like the eyebrows and cheeks have different frames. I just set them up manually to show each different frame. I can go across the timeline, and on frame 30 I want this frame, and then 32 this one. So I kind of did that at the beginning. So there we go. So they all kind of cycle through. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I know when I first like got into Toon Boom and stuff, I had a weird advantage in a sense that I watched hours of tutorials and looked at all of this crazy stuff beforehand before I got my hands on Toon Boom. So I sort of knew like the general structure of peg drawing weird node things to separate the drawings or add properties to the drawing and then combine it into a thing, and then that goes into another thing, and that can be cut and then have other crazy stuff. So I kind of already knew sort of that stuff just from tutorials and stuff by watching that. Watched a bunch of different stuff that's like just to be like just general curiousness to like look at them to see like, oh, maybe Toon Boom is better or something. I've heard so much good about it. Let me you know, dive in to see like what is actually what's the deal, you know. So and once I started getting my hands on it, it's like, oh, I like nodes. Blender 3D program has nodes, so I sort of, the most like unnatural way I guess of learning this stuff is like, yeah, that once I got, you know, actually into this, I started to actually, I already knew mostly what I was doing to a point, and then it just became a point of like the first like couple weeks was that jackrabbit jackalope animation that I tried to do that took like 3 weeks or something to try and figure out how to animate it. So it was just come down to actual technical skill of like, what even am I supposed to be doing? I'm looking for which piece I would like to add deformers to, and I'm kind of actually running out of loss. Maybe I can add them to the cheek and the eyebrow. I think that would be good. Just for now, just to show them how complicated this can even be more. Look at all this. This is all for the cheek too. Oh boy. Let's see. Hello to the tail. We got a fox now. Hello. Let's see here. I'm going to add a deformer. So let's just kind of squish this a little bit. I mean, so in between here, it's going to automatically add a thing. Another element. So we're going to go to this hammer and wrench thing. Beep. That'll let me start making a deformer, a curve deformer. I don't know what all these do, but I know that this button out of these work the best, so just gotta add these 2 dots, beep beep, and then curve. Kind of get it to be the same curve as what the cheek is, and then say stop rigging mode. So now when we go back, now we added this deformation cheek 2, and so now I can like drag this cheek, and if I need to like animate it in a specific way or need to like move this around a little bit. So that's kind of the basics of that. So each frame should have a different deformer path, I guess. So I think there's only one. Yeah, okay, perfect. These little dots here kind of help me so I can actually click on the cheek without having to go to the nodes kind of a thing. Can't see it, so let's get rid of the snoot. It's really weird now. What does that look like? Oh, jeez. Okay. Exed out. I like that meme of the old guy. He's like, yeah. Exactly. Oop, I think I added too many. But now I can bend it. I couldn't bend it like this before, so that kind of helps a lot. Beep. There you go. Okay, cool. Now we got this, or is that the other one? Yeah, it's the other one. Beep, 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 beep. Gotta keep these in check. There you go. I like my snoot back, so let's go back to mouth and say beep. Okay, so now let's add some deformers to the eyebrows. So in between here, go to the drawing layer, rig tool. And so now I can just get in here. This may work, this may not, but now I can like bend it like this. So in case it needs to be like a in between, that's kind of like any kind of like extra frame kind of a thing. That'll be what this is for. Okay. So on this frame, let's add a new one. New curve path, I guess, for each frame. Okay, so we got this, this, and this. So this needs a new one. This is the angry one. Try not to spend too much time on that. Let's move on. New one, and then have nothing in it. It's probably good. I don't know if that's correct. Toon Boom by the book way. Just made it up today, so hopefully it'll work. Let's see. Okay. And then last one. Angry. And then we'll move on. Okay, cool. So now, if I select everything, at least just select everything in here, or select everything in here. Yeah. And then do my control points. So now to show, I selected all of them, so they should show all the different variations, so I can see that this one needs a new one, just to beep beep. And so that shows that. Perfect. Okay. Let's see, I probably want to add a new one just for that. Okay, cool. No, she's bald, realizing that. Okay, perfect. Now we can move on. I like to work on the ears, because I see like, even in the 3D one's probably the most, it's got to be the most accurate. They have a little different shape. There's actually more inner, and like goes in and has a different color. Some ambient occlusion or something, whatever it is, where like the skin is thin enough that if you shine a light through it, then you can see some kind of glow through it or something. 3 horse ears. This is why we keep checking. We check every single one to see what's the common denominator of like the style and everything. So I was going for this one, but I may want to make it more like this. Would add a bit more detail into it, but I think that's gonna be fine. What do we think? Gonna add it to be, these kind of connect in a way. These can probably go inward. Let's find the other picture. So to kind of have them go more out, and then this more up. Maybe these go back in. Let's see the other one. I need to just see the shape of it. So kind of. Is that right? I feel like the taper needs to be backwards, or taper end. Yeah. 6. Okay. 7. And if I have both of these be 7. Let's see. 7. That didn't go back to 7. Please go back to. Uh-oh. Okay. End, round, end, round, start, round. There you go. That's what I want to see. Is it though? Adding something. Let's see. So it kind of just goes up. Maybe something weird shaped like that. Like that. And then we'll add a stroke, this button, or we just go across, beep, and then we can add another color. Let's add this and make it more pinkish in the middle. That is not pink. That's pink. It's very, very yellowy. Oh, there we go. Somewhere in here. Let's make these a little bit thinner. Get rid of some of these extra lines, or at least we can put these lower. How's that? That looks ear-ish. Whoa, whoa, something's going on there. Okay. Something got doubled up there. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Gonna select everything here, and then hopefully, if I paste this in and move it, flip it, then this will work. Beep. What I can also do is add some brightness into here, add an effect, and have it be brightness and contrast, color correct, beep. And so, whoop. And so when it's at a certain frame, we can add a frame and do like negative. Take my numlocks off. There we go. Render it. Beep. Oh, up. There you go. So negative 50 should look like that. So somewhere in the middle. Yep. Just trying to see here. Oh, didn't take my negative 20. There you go. Okay. And so just to make sure, if I'm going to do this as a full turnaround, I'm going to have to add it onto both of these. But obviously it'll change the other ear, hopefully. No? Okay. That's more interesting. Why that isn't. Oh. There you go. Wasn't plugged in. So instead we're going to put it back to 0. So now I have the option that at any point in any frame, if I need it to be darker based on it being distance or whatever, I can now have it be a different value. I wouldn't be able to do that before. So there you go. Perfect. Why does it look darker? No. It's freaking me out. Interesting. Okie dokie. Yeah, let me get some water. Hello, Ben? Hello? You ever speak with Jan Animation? That's already, was it a question, field question, already, yeah. Let's see. Oh, exactly. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think most of the storytime animators, I mean, that's sort of what they're called, so that's not anything weird. You haven't really talked with any of them. Anyone really, I'll say anyone who I haven't really worked with, I really haven't had that much communication with, on speaking terms. Yeah, if I haven't worked with them, on any project, yeah, this be a weird time to say, hey, check out my portfolio on my website, and you can see all the animations that I've worked with other people. But yeah, anyone that's like outside of, really outside, like even some horse stuff, I don't think I've done too much outside of that networking to say like, hey, how you doing, non-horse animator? I don't really do that. As I say that I if there was an opportunity, then definitely I definitely would. I'd be really down for that, yeah. I think it'd be interesting, especially with like their limited-ish style animation. I mean, they're getting more animated as they go along. But yeah, they're what they call animation is still like just choosing different those reaction movie critic people who just have like 10 different pictures and they just kind of do 2 frames to like have them transition between them as different expressions. So yeah, I don't know, doing something like that is kind of like, yeah, if I start doing stuff like that, then I feel like if I did that kind of path, or like if they wanted me to commission me to make a video for them, I'd be like too I would just make myself, you know, either pull back or just go ahead with making it well more animated than they probably expect it to be. Especially for like this more simple, just down to earth story time animation, where it's just like, again, it's just a couple frames. I would want to just really make it animated. Ow. Water is violent today. It hit me. Okay, I got this, I got that. I got all of these set up. I got the ears. Do they look okay? I feel like I can definitely go back in and change them, but I think they're good for now. What I can also do is not add a deformer. Let's see. We can just add some mouths. We can definitely make this mouth drawing, and then we'll see where that goes from there. So let's do that. So what I got here is this drawing of this. And so let's try this. Okay. set up for drawing a mouth. Hello. Ooh, but 3-year cup. Hello. Oh, is it buttercup? Okay, sorry. Let's see. I'm gonna figure out which mouth. Oh, this is the only one that doesn't have the mouth open. So that's not a good. Nope, not right there either. Something with this, maybe. Oh, this is a good reference. I'll use you. I choose you. Okay. Would like to know the scale eventually, but this will do for now. I'm going to go to new frame, duplicate it, I think. And so let's see. This will become the one layer, and then add this into the bottom. Let's just make it happy. Let's just go for it. Let's just go ahead with it. Taper 6. And I can use. Do I want to use just? Might be tricky. Strokes instead of connecting these two lines together. Like I could just connect these two and then call it good, or I can like leave a space and then sort of work it in. I am more used to doing it this way, so maybe I'll just go with that. Would like to try something different, but I don't know. Kind of scared. Let's try Yeepa. Let's try add a little more weight onto there. Too much weight. Too much weight. In a sense, if I just put it underneath, figuring this out. Sorry. Let's just put it here. Just uniform, and then just say, hey, stop being so wide. And then send it to the back, maybe. I think the taper is just freaking me out just a little bit. Let's try again. Where did the line go? Okay. If I send it to the back and then put it up here. So I definitely want it to be smaller. Yeah, the problem is that it's being too wide. Probably need to make this somehow wider. And then it acts up on there. Interesting. It's just a little bit. I want to hide, basically, what I got. Oh no. Just got the worried mouth. Worried eyebrows. We'll have to move this over here, I guess. It seems too side mouthy. So I will have to taper it in a sense. Taper it in 6, 5, 4. What do I want to do? Let's try. Let's see. It seems larger. What happened? Okay. It's almost there. I just want to make sure that these aren't overlapping. That's my main issue, is just that I want these to not overlap, so. Up. Once I get like one down, then it's just gonna be copy paste all over. Yeah, I think just to trying to do the tapering is freaking me out. It's almost too much, you know. Let's see. Hello, Andy and Ben. How you doing? Oh yeah. Let's see. Something you want to do. You need a scrunchy face. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Let me add that in. What a scrunchy actually looks like. Is that it? That's a cat face. Something like that. That's probably it. But I just need to have it be a little bit thinner. Is that scrunchy enough? It's like she's holding her breath. Like, yeah, 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 meh, meh, Let's actually try it with just a brush and see what that does. Because that gives me an even drawing field. Let's just try something like that. Maybe a bit too... Let's cut these out. That works. Okay. Let's see. Well. Oh, hi guys. Hello. Let me get my arms ready for Halloween. Alright. Hello. A blue shield. Welcome. And Elijah. Welcome. Oop, oop. Arm gone. Hello. Let's see. Is this better? What I can do is just kind of go in here and then just kind of do my own type of tapering with this. Beep. Remove some of these points. Especially that point. Get rid of this point. And then remove one of the points. Then reset the angles to be more that way. There you go. Haha. Ma'am. 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 Alrighty. Where were we? We need to add the mouth. Let's do that. How much teeth she got? She got one big tooth and a tongue. Good. One big tooth, tongue. Okay. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Hopefully one big tooth. I can't tell. Some of these pixels sorta is like, well, there's like one sort of pixel missing here that's like, is that supposed to be like a weird something there? Weird realistic tongue. I hate all of this. Okay. At least I could just do, hopefully maybe this, and just go with it and say, whoops, we sort of did it. So what I'm going to do is go into a different sublayer. Beep. Go to my... Let's do the teeth and the tongue on the color line, and then underlay will be the back of the mouth. So the way I can probably just fill this in right now. I need to add different colors. It's supposed to be back of the mouth. I don't know what to use for that. It was like a dark purple. I have this color, and I can just probably just make it darker. Beep. And then just go way too dark with it. Call this mouth back. And then we're going to add two more for the tongue, which is apparently something like this. Let's make it more reddish, pinkish. And then Add teeth, which will be pearly white. Not that. A little bit somewhere in the middle. Maybe kind of blue. Barely there. Okay. Color. Beep. And so tongue will be a circle just for now. We'll go like that. But it's just saying what happened. Oh, I need to separate this onto the underlay. Beep. Haha! There we go. And then teeth. It's going to be a square. I'm going to add, let's see what happened. Color. You know, it's a color. Okay. It's kind of like 3D modeling. It's just like, I need a cube. I need a cube now. Beep. How far should it go? That's probably pretty good. Angle it. Yeep. Angle it. Yeep. Sorry. Let's see. Please let me angle this. There we go. So I can kind of angle it to be a weird, that shape. Yep. Bevel it. Always need to bevel your teeth. Every night. Every day. Bevel your teeth. Okay. Let's move this back. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's just make this a little bit brighter. Should the back of the mouth be... Oh dear. Oh boy. Map, map, map. I want to change the mouth back to probably be maybe more red. More like dark red. Tongue can be more reddish. Maybe, I don't know, in Pony it was like this weird orangey, and then the back of the mouth was like this, that. So I guess you're going more realistic this time, but it's still weird and more gross. It's like a weird actual like giving out this color. Boop. And then the back of the mouth is just black. Is that attractive? I don't answer that. Let's see. I'm going to bevel this out. Heepa. Okay. It's gross. Okay. Hola. Let's see. Ooh, nice moon. I like that. Yeah, it's just easier for me. I don't speak every language, so if you can at least just help me get halfway there, then I'll appreciate that. Let's go back to tongue. Probably just make this a little bit. Tongue can be a little bit more situated in here. Is that cute? So I can go probably in here, and then I can start to like animate it. So I can have a bit more just general mouth. Get rid of some of these. I want to turn the cheeks off. That is not the cheek. And then mouth. There you go. This back here was like weird of everything, so this has this more centralized, normalized. Okay. What do I want to do? I feel like my tongue got an extra letter. Beep. More red, more purple, dark red. It's got to be somewhat easy to see. Yep. Somewhere like that. Is that good? I feel like I want it to be more orangey though. More contrast. maybe. Actually, one of these was good. One of these around. One of these. I mean, it fits like her eyebrows, but is that gonna be good for every character? That's also considered that to think of whether that'll fit. Also didn't talk about earlier is that I added, I very reworked the eyeball, the iris especially. Now the iris has a lot more personality-ish. It has a small gradient. Let's see that. The iris now goes from like this dark green to like a slightly lighter green. And I added this little Pac-Man-ish weird shape to kind of have it have this pie cut out as like a highlight. G4 had this. They had like 2 or 3 of these. So you imagine like one more of these and then add in another color there. So you get something like that. So that's actually kind of cool actually. But yeah, just to kind of keep this sort of simple. That's how we're gonna go for that. If I kind of squint and go kind of far back, that's kind of cute. I like that. Okay. So everything's kind of right on hopefully making sure that this looks decent. Because if I make this rest of the horse like perfectly anatomy, this is just a sketch for right now. But if I make this like weird like actual perfect horse stuff of how the 4 clops work, then no one's gonna care. They're gonna be looking at this weird tongue and stuff and think like, ah, that's weird. It's kind of what happened. Like no one I've never seen anyone mention. I really dug too much about it, but I guess no one's really mentioned that the hooves are realistic. Everyone's talking about the face and stuff and how cute the face is, but this is weird. This is not real. You know, I don't know. Thank you and welcome. Let's see. Oh, I already mentioned you. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay. How we doing? Let's add a blink, and then we'll probably just be good for that. Kind of show off how the blink works, and then I can fill in the rest of the. There's probably going to be several frames of this, so let's just do this real quick. Basically, just get a closed eye. So, okay. I'm going to let's see, add a duplicate drawing, and I'm going to figure out what's on which layer. Let's start from the top. So the overlay has the eyelashes, line art has the black outline, color has the white sclera, I want to say, and the underlay has nothing. So on the second frame, let's see, so I'm going to start from 1. Second frame is going to be 2. So down here, there's one little tiny line. Let's see. So when the eye is closed, let's just do like a closed eye, which means it's going to seem weird. No sclera, so you can't see anything of the. Well, now she's winking. Nothing of the eyeball will be seen, and then for the line here, we're pretty much going to like flip it. Or if I can just do that real quick. Beep. And probably have to just redo it. Gotta get onion skin to see right about where it should be. So this will kind of be kind of at the bottom. Kind of get the. We like to remove the cheek just for now. Yep. And then we're gonna move these bips. So the eye kind of closes. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then let's get back into here. Let's see the tapering to see what kind of taperings I got. And taper in, apparently, maybe taper thickness. I feel like it should be a little bit wider. 10. That'll do it. And then we'll just kind of sculpt this a little bit more. And then see that these guys have kind of a thick issue as well. Let's see if I can move this over just a snag. And then move these bips. Probably like a little bit lower. There you go. Still don't want to cross the streams. Yeah, it should be going up, I think. Or should it be down? They're like up, beep. Maybe it should be going down. Add some kind of contrast to like the different shapes. They just kind of go up, and these go down. Yeah. Okay. So it should be simple to copy and paste. So let's just do that so I can have 2 eyeballs. Blink. So go to 1. Just probably just delete everything in here. I'd like to add something to make sure I can actually get back to the other one, and then figure out where everything is. Copy. Go to the other one and paste. Hello, pony. Welcome. I'm going to go to line art and this one. Copy. Line art. Paste. And I think that worked. I see the cheek is kind of messing it up, but when I animate, I usually remove the cheek, so that's not a problem. Beep, 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 boom, boom, beep, boom, 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 boom. Alright. Cool. So now she's like, haha, I'm existing now, Twilight Snarkle. Haha. Alright. Cool. Okay, I think we're nearly on time, so I don't think I can probably add anything too extreme now to this, more than this. Or I can add like a mouth open, or a teeth. Teeth could be simple to do, which is probably just replacing the a big smile. Let's do that as a last thing. I feel like Bob Ross. Okay, let's just add a big smile, and that'll be fun. Okay, beep. Let's add another one. Let's go back to 2, duplicate. Let's see. I was like, wait, it's raining here, so I got really confused. I was like, wait, can you hear it? That's pretty creepy. So I'm gonna probably just actually just like copy. Just for continuity, put it there. And then let's add one more color. This will be teeth outline. And then we'll make this sort of bluish. And then let's see where I can put it. Like within the color. And then just kind of put it here. Beep. So that'll be a nice grinning teeth line, and then try to poke it through. Complex thing would probably be to actually separate this, or like figure out how to mask what I'm doing here so it really doesn't go over or extend, but I think for now this is just fine. Let's keep it about the same thickness. Beep. Follow the curve. It's probably around more this way. Okay. Let's add these back in. And then I could probably like close one of them and then like open the other one. Doing like a weird wink open. Let's see. There you go. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go towards the time because I don't think anything else I'll add will be more complex. Yeah, that's just the generalness of it. So what else we'll have to do for this is add some more. Not too much deformation. I don't think there's too much deformation. I could add curve deformers for the ears and the skull, but most of those will be more imperative when we work on other head angles. I think that'll be more important to have those work on those. Yeah. So there you go. Alright, so now I got some expressions and some other weird stuff happening here. So there you go. Alright, and so when we render it, blue flower, it takes a bit to render it, and so that's what we get. So you can see like the cheeks in the white flower, they disappear. So not too worried about that. Alright, let's go to toast time. Beep, 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 beep. Alrighty. I will get some water and answer all your questions. Let me just take one little sec here. Oh, I could have done that for the transition, like all the bubbles. Hello. Let's see here. That's some of your last stuff here. Yeah, it started raining today. It's kind of sad that my mom started to like water the plants last night. So now they're super wet. I'm sure they're happy with that. It's a pretty hot summer, so I'm sure anything is good for the plants. Let's see here. Zip's favorite in J5, she kind of like Rainbow Dash. Yeah, I agree. We'll have to see like all the personalities. Like I'm sure all the press release and all the trailers haven't really shown us the full gambit of the what these characters are. You know, they're probably gonna have like character arcs. Hopefully, where like I'm trying to think of any of the Gen 4 had any arcs. I guess Fluttershy was super shy, and then even in 7 seasons later, she still is, but it's like less so. So we'll have to see like if any of the G5 characters have any personality changes. So let's see. Yoshi, I see. I'm way back. Sorry. I see you appear in a song named "Solidarity" by Prince. Whatever. Yes. The Solidarity was a map. That's a multiple animator project, MAP. That was a really fun couple weeks, and I worked on that for a couple weekends. Where wait, how'd you only see like in song name? Yeah, only just for the animation. I did like 5 seconds of animation near the middle. Yeah, so I animated like just like Derpy like has like a box, and then she's like delivers it in this town square, and then it's full of explosives, and then she like drops it on the ground, and then that force like makes them all explode, and their fireworks and that kind of stuff. So that's what that was. That was really fun a couple years ago, and they even showed that video at one of the at the last BronyCon, so that was really fun. To be able to, cause that was a really fun experience as well. Yeah, I'm reading some more brain juice water. Hopefully that'll help me think in better sinuses. So there was like a not really like actual premiere of the video. I don't think that was probably like it was probably out for a bit, but yeah, it was really fun because the panelists there were like, hey, if you worked on the solidarity map, stand up, and so got to stand up and say like, ooh, look. I was able to look around and say, like, oh, look, other people also worked on this. This will be fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did. I did that one tiny little 5-second clip of that. Amongst really more talented people. I think the shot right before me is like this crazy brutal weather 3D thing or something like super crazy that then it just cuts to me and it's like this little tiny 2D derpy that's like it's cute but it's like yeah okay. Apparently didn't spend as much time as other people. Oh no, what's going on? I have to scroll up. Let's see where I left on here. Let's see. Boop. That's not as good. Answer to life, universe, and everything. Stars got 42. I agree. I think if you just let's see. I think 42 is what was that actually like an answer to something else and then it's like that's the question to something. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm at the toast of time. Let's see. Gotta go vibe and playing song. Awesome. That's what I want to do. I want to also add like music to my stream, especially like the intro. I feel like it's always me trying to like fumble around and saying like, "Am I on?" Where there might be like a 10-second delay, and then I'm like, "Am I on?" So if I could add some cool music, I would definitely. If I just need to find like a time slot that I could definitely just crank that out. To add some sort of. I want to add like custom music so I don't get YouTube policed. And I think it'd be more fun if it's an original song. So yeah, I'm just need to figure out what to do with that. And I'll probably also work on the probably in a different time slot. I'll probably have to work on the intro. I have an idea for that. Something that'll be less time pressured sensitive. Just enough, entertaining for just long enough that you're like, okay, you get mesmerized by it, and then when it's then when I'm ready, then I can pull the curtains up. Let's see. Deep thought, keyboard 2 times. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think if you just, I don't know. Life's what you make of it. It's just do what makes you happy. If you're not enjoying life, then why bother? I don't know where this is going. Yeah, I feel like if you just want to live life, then you should be able to just live life. Yeah, I feel like I've found apparently my calling. I've apparently found some sort of an audience where people actually somehow enjoy whatever I do. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Let's see. Just have fun. I think that's the moral of the everything. Yeah. Let's see. Here's the obviously dude I was excellent. It's calibrated. It's calibrated with sonar, but it's stored. Was found. Just took so long to like calculate it. Yeah. I don't know. Be healthy, be safe, all those general stuff. They all those add up. It really does. Having a good mental state and a clear mind and just knowing what you want to do is something actually achievable. I think is a good motivator. I think I heard something of change. I can't to I want to is like a huge thought changer of like anytime you say like I can't do this or I don't know how to do this, then say I want to do this or I want to know how to do it, I think that completely changes your mental health of like, I want to learn how to do music. I want to learn how to do 3D, you know? And it's like, well, let me figure out what's to, you know, do proactive if like, you know, just do it, you know? Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it. It's basically that. Just do it. Of you want to learn something. You find out the resources, be proactive in it, and then say like I wanna learn what a D major is, and so literally just Google D major, and then a whole bunch of stuff comes up, and find videos, articles, whatever that's interesting in a way that you can learn from. You know, best way to learn from it, and start from there. Baby steps is always good. If I had to start with my Derpy movie 5 years ago, even like 2 years ago, even when I was first starting to make the Derpy movie, I didn't know how I was gonna work, how I was gonna like make the third chapter. I was so focused on like, I want to do this, and it's like I just want to figure out how to make this. I had to like figure out so many technical stuff and so many technical hurdles and story beats, and I had so much ambition that I just wanted to make this movie that I sat down and just tried to crank stuff out of like, how am I gonna get this story beat, and how am I gonna get this 3D stuff? Do I even know how to do that? What do I have to do to learn this? So I think that's just a big push to like learn a bunch of stuff, is to like also do a practical project. At least for me, that's good. That's helpful, is to have something achievable in a sense that's like, yeah, I can definitely get this done, even if it's gonna take it's taken me 4 years to make this movie, but I keep chipping at it. I keep like sculpting at it, you know, keep trying to get into like, you know, the every sculpture is always inside of the marble before you start, so you're just letting it out. It's one of the quotes, I don't know who said it, where it's like, yeah, your achievable dream is inside of the marble. You just have to work on it and keep using your tools to chip at it slowly, and then you'll eventually get it. Kind of stuff there. Okay, let's see here. That shows you a good day. Gotta go have a good day. Thank you, Rhyme. See ya. Let's see. You might answer life. What about the universe and everything? Okay. Universe is it's big. All this stuff about multiverse and so many media is always trying to say like, there's always a multiple universe, and like there's an alternate version of you somewhere. If there's a universe here, there has to be a multi, you know, version of you somewhere. And I don't know. I think it's fun to think about, but it's like practically, I don't know if I really believe in that. I think the universe is just like one little tiny bubble, and then that's it. I don't see why there would need to be a multiple universe thing. I think it just seems too heady. Probably a bit too deep to think about that. Yeah, I think the universe is probably just only just one universe, and then who even knows if it just like it could just Truman show us, and then like at the end of the solar system it could just be we're inside of a little sphere, and then that's it. And then we get Squidward at the end of time alone, you know, in a white void, and then that's it, you know. Let's see, and everything is what's the difference? It's a combination of the universe and life. It's all the experiences of all the different organisms, and how the universe itself is its own organism. So that's the everything. Okay. That was simpler. Okay. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you for sticking around to whatever that was at the end here. Let's see. Let me get some more water. Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of, I guess I started to talk about the movie and all of that. Let me reset my face. Oop, I got a little taller. Movie's progressing well. I got a big. I had a big. I had a big like story thing with. I want to describe it, but it's like it's still complicated. Say Blue Shield. Um, Okay, at the end of chapter 4, I think. I don't know where I am. My file names are always like one off, so I'm working like on file name 6, but it'll be chapter 5, and file names of the flaw files are 6 and 7, and so those will be part of 5, so it gets really confusing. I think in chapter 4 was she falls on the boat, and then it's the mystery of what happens next and suspense or whatever. The drama of it. Woo! What's gonna happen next is now she's on a boat. I explained this in the Patreon post. Wink, wink. I can't wink. Check out the Patreon. On the Patreon, link in the description. Check that out. You can view a post I made this week where I talk about some of the weird challenges I had. But basically, I had an issue where the actual geometry of the boat, I wasn't able to really get the characters where I needed to be, or they would have to, I don't know, I had to like make like a trap door on the deck, and it's like, how did they get there? So I had to like figure out like, well, is there like some trapdoor door that needed to be open just so they can get from one floor to the other, and it's just like was getting really too convoluted. So eventually just had to go back and like research a whole bunch of different steamboats and figure this out, and then found a model, and then a couple pictures, and then saw like, oh look, they have staircases connecting to different floors, and then that's when it hit me. Oh, I don't have stairs on my steamship, on my steamboat, so that's probably why I'm having trouble trying to get the characters from one floor to the other. It's because I don't have stairs for them to go up and down. And that would also negate and stop the trying to figure out how to get the just get rid of the trapdoor stuff, because it's like they could just use these floors and these stairs now, and then it'll be fine. So trying to actually figure out the transportation of trying to get from place to place was actually more difficult than it's probably should have been. So I worked on that the last couple weeks or so, trying to get that figured out. I also had this weird story beat that was just not working, or just needed to somehow connect from one place to another. Like, how does Derpy get from one side of the boat to the other? And it's like, well, she needs to go like from the top of the deck all the way to where the snakes were, in that one shot. That'll be expanded. So it's like, how did she get from there to there? So it's like all this like trouble of like logistics of like getting her from one place to another. I needed to figure out. And so I was having the hardest time trying to figure it out, that I just could not, just sitting at my desk and trying to figure out was just not coming to me. So eventually just, I took a shower later, a couple days later, and then I came out of the shower, and it's like I had this huge epiphany that's just like, oh, well, I can just, go from here and then, figure the entire scene out. I was able to visualize it. I was able to see what was going on, and it's just like, oh, that'll work. It's like, wow, that'll solve all my problems. Perfect. Okay. And so the next morning, I just had to like quickly just storyboard it out, just not even try to figure out the timings and stuff, just make little tiny sketches of like, here's one shot, move on, not even trying to animate any of it. Just like, this is the different places, this is different parts, this is different rooms, that this is how it's going to navigate, and this will be the fun little exciting part here, and then it's gonna slow down, and it's like, whoa. So it's like this, I had this like whole almost like 30-second like sequence just like out of practically nowhere. I wasn't even thinking about it in the shower. Like I was thinking of other stuff, and then like I came out, I was cold, I have hot showers. And then I was just like, oh well, maybe this can work, and it just happened. So I literally had a shower that saved like the whole movie. Of like, oh, yeah, this'll work. So, yeah, when you watch it, think of that story. That half my weird ideas just kind of happen when I'm not at the desk. And I think that's also a good back to the universe and whatever metaphors is that. Yeah, I think at least for me, I need to like stand up and get away from my computer to have better ideas. I think just like sitting down and trying to either force it or try to yeah, just try to make it work or just like try to brute force it is not good. I had to like step away and then completely clear out my mind to the sense that I had to be in this completely different place and not even think about it 5 minutes beforehand or at all. And then it's just like, oh, here it is. So obviously I can't like rely on that every time. You know, I can't be like, okay, I'm in the same place, you know, it should happen now, you know, and then if it doesn't, then it's like, oh, well, now what? But a lot of the times it's just like I'll be way back when I'll be in junior high or high school. Bye, Elijah. I'll be like in junior high and high school and just like be in the library or just like on the, you know, I want to say like the off times of not working in school, when, you know, free time, let my mind wander, and then it's like have like 10 different story ideas. So I would go to like one of the library computers and have a Word document, Microsoft Word document, and then just start to write a whole bunch of little tiny ideas and scribble stuff out. So I was like, okay. So I think in junior high, the Halloween episode, the old one where the Derpy has the bags, and then she gets trick or treated by the CMC, and then she has the voice acting of the wow, huh? That was me. I storyboarded that. I drew a bunch of different pictures and panels of how the composition and the storyline. I drew that in class on free time. I want to say again, I wasn't wasn't like in math class, like, you know, doing an active lesson. I was doing a free time little like I have like an extra class as like study hall, where it's just like, yeah, you can work on your homework, and I probably have my homework done. That's like, I want to think about my videos and stuff, as I usually at that time I was trying to make a video every week, so trying to animate and have a story every week was really, really daunting. And so being able to work on it almost 24/7, to be able to have something going on was important to get most of the mileage out. So yeah. That was really fun. That was a really, it was weird because like I was pushing videos out faster than I can now, and I was doing 6 hours schoolwork, but I felt like at the time, like, oh, this is nothing, like, oh, this is easy, or yeah, I'll just knock this out, or, you know, this shot will only take like 10 seconds or something, and then I'll be done and move on. And it's like, how did I do that? It had like a very low quality threshold of like, you know, well, obviously I did. Like, if you go back and it's like, man, these videos are best I can do, is like, I don't know if they're like actually the best I could have done back then. I had like a laptop and trackpad on the laptop. I don't think I had a mouse, so like that's why none of them had like really free-handed drawings in it, or like new drawings, because I was like, I can't draw with a trackpad on a laptop. Now look at me now. It's a lot of it's hand drawn and a lot of it's using sketches and drawings and vectoring over on top of it, but they're still based on the original sketches and stuff. But I got this really too fancy tablet. So and it still takes me like 3 or 4 hours to animate like 5 seconds decently, but it probably takes me like 7 to 8 or 10, 5 to 10 hours to really get it like super knocked out. Especially if there's like 2 characters, and that'll double it. But for 1 character in 5 seconds, it would probably take me like 5 hours. So trying to do like a full minute of animation done in a week, yeah, with homework with everything that with only probably like 3 or 4 hours each day times 7, 3 times 7, 20 hours. Oh man. If it takes me 5 seconds is 5 times 60, 135 compared to 20. Yeah, okay, so that's 50 to 100, that's 150. That's like almost twice as long. Yeah, wow. Huh. Some math's going on. So either junior high level me would have taken 20 hours to animate a minute. Nowadays me would take me 100 hours. Whoa. Okay. Hello. Let me get my arms up. Whoop. Hello. T Z T she Sky Zoo. Oh, Sky Zoo. Hello. Be safe. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how I did that. In junior high, animating like a whole thing in like less than 20 hours probably. Nowadays it would take me over 100. Wowie. Let's see here. There's nothing else. Is there anything else I need to plug? I could plug my website again. I think I moderately updated it. I don't remember where we were with it. Where if trying to remember where. Oh, let me just link it. Oops. Home. Let's see. Beep. Here's my portfolio website. You guys want to check that out? I linked it last time, but I think I added slightly some new stuff. I don't remember whether or not I linked it since I updated it. I only updated it. I put it live, and then a couple days later I updated it to like make it a little bit better. So I don't remember if I linked it since then, since the second update. So regardless, if you haven't checked it out, I know people are leaving already and people are already gone, but for people who are still here, hello. And you can check that out. It's my little portfolio website. I made it myself. I had my dad help me with it to figure out he figured out the bootstrap and more technical stuff that I would like to know and I want to learn, but I would need some extra extensive learning to be able to do what he did. It's basically his job at my dad's work, is doing this sort of stuff. So all these back ends and weird website stuff. So he was able to just kind of like figure that out. Regardless, yeah, go ahead and check that out, and then I'll sign out. I think my voice is getting cobwebby somehow already. I'll get some more water, and then I'll sign off. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Check out all the links that are on the website, if you know what I mean. All the social media stuff on the Connect page. Those are good. Yeah, check it out. Okay. Is that yo? Is that yo me? Is it me as in Yoshi? Because you got the zoo in there. Or is G or zoo? I can't tell. It's your little katakana. Do you know what that means? But thank you for checking out. Hope this was fun. So next time, what will it be next time? Next time will be Thursday. I think we'll move on to working on the body, because for the Sunny or the G5 pony, because I think this was just like a taste of like this is how expressions will work, and it'll just be adding more onto it. So we got the building blocks for everything set up, so it'll just be up to adding more expressions in that, adding stuff like the scrunchy face that was like an extra, and I think adding the blink, I'll animate that to have like 3 or 4 unique pictures where like the eyelid goes down for like 3 frames and then reverse it to go back up. So that won't be too exciting. So I'll hopefully be able to work on that in the meantime, or otherwise I'll just move on to the next section, which would be the body, so then I don't have to worry about that and trying to get that out. So I'll have time to be able to do that. And then meantime as well, I'll try and work on the movie and try to get those extra scenes that I magically just pulled out of nowhere. Literally work on those shots. Those will be coming up next on my docket chronologically. They kind of came up pretty quickly, so that's why it's kind of important to get those figured out, because I like to work chronologically to make sure the continuity is conserved. So yep. G4 was best of best. I agree. G4 was like definitely lightning in a bottle. It just had like the perfect cast, crew. That's basically it, actually. And crew like acceptance of like, because even like midway through season 1, they introduced Derpy, a fan character that was introduced as a fan character in the first episode that spawned off, and then somehow mid-season already the crew recognized it and added it into the show. That is, I don't know how many other shows do that, but especially like how quickly they were able to, because like their first idea for Dissy Do was actually Dissy Do and Went to Wrap Up, which was an unseen character, and then it's like in Feeling Pinky Keen, it's like, well, they were able to add Derpy, which was the same character model. So yeah. I don't know how many other shows were able to change so much of the show just to pander to the fans, but like respectively, you know? That's also really nice. So they just had like the magic really in there. Yeah. OP Tales. Was that like the Gen 2 ones where like they went to school and like they had like the boys in there? Can't forget the 3.5. That's the only other one I think I've seen. 3 had the Minty, and then 3.5 had the babies. Yeah. I already colored Derpy in the last round. Yeah, that was like incredible. And then followed up with the Slice of Life. Exactly. Well, I think she wasn't named in there, but she definitely was like noted as a official, you know, canon character in that sense. Exactly. Yeah, just how soon it was incredible to do it. Like, what episode is Feeling King? Feeling Pinky King. Episode number. Yee. It's coming up. 15. So yeah, 26 minus 15. 11. Wow. So almost like midway through the season. Yeah, incredible. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the thing that Lauren Faust was a little bit upset about how she wants to make the moral of Feeling Pinky Keen actually make more sense, or probably could have been rewritten to be a little bit more less vague or something. Yeah. That the whole thing was sort of like almost like a weird religion thing. That's like what's sort of going on. That message was like weird. That people could like misinterpret it, in a sense. Yeah. Let's see. There was no show. There was no show for Gen 2. Oh. Okay. Well, if there was no show for Gen 2, then how do we have a Gen 2? What's Gen 2 just the... Are we going by the toys then? It gets complicated. Okay then. Let's see. G5 needs to be like 20% cooler. Yeah. We'll see. I'm actually more curious and more actually excited about how they're gonna do the continuation or the TV show or however they're gonna do what happens next after the movie of like how they're gonna do that or whether that'll be 3D or 2D. Because that's why I'm working on this 2D one, mostly because I know 2D better. And my attempt at making a 3D model did not work out well. So trying to stream it was gonna be a disaster, but yeah, so I know how to make 2D puppets apparently. So I worked on that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm excited to see like whether or not if they're gonna be doing 2D G5 stuff. I think I'm more of a 2D purist. I do like 2D. I used to be scared of 3D. I used to be like, I don't know, I don't want to like animate joints and rig stuff, weight painting, it's scary. So I'm with that Bob Ross painting that I did like a couple weeks ago. I did practically all of that, particles and weight painting and stuff. So I'm a little bit less afraid of that. So I just need to figure out just general like how to actually make a weird complex model that's a little bit more polygons than a cube. So yeah, I would like to see the TV show or whatever happens after the movie to be 2D. I think that'd be at least more appealing to me. I always found like 3D to always be slightly uncanny valley. I don't know. Let's see. G2 is only toys. Yeah. Huh. Yep. Interesting. So if the generations are then only by toys, then how do you get a 0.5? Is Pony Life 4.5? Is that like quote official then? Huh. I'm sure there well then where does the Crusher Girls fit in then? Is that 4.1? Like where that's part of the its own sort of line, but it's still under My Little Pony umbrella. So wouldn't that be somewhere in there too? And then oh boy. Let me finish my water. I only have a little bit more water and then I gotta leave. Excuse me. Yeah, when I drink it covers up the cup covers up my mouth. So the VTube tracking can't find my face. So it explodes my skull there. Okie dokie. I think we're good. I'm sure we can keep talking about this. Want to continue with this? I'll probably be busy, but if you'd like to continue with this, then you can maybe be in the Discord. You can probably pop in there to add any more. All these kind of discussions will be really good in the Discord, my channel. I think that'd be fun. Because now you guys are able to talk about pony stuff, so if you want to like bring up something pony related, that'll probably spark up a lot of discussion. So I see like all those like, hey, what's up guys, you know, kind of posts, and it's like, all right, yeah, we're not too socially inept, probably enough. At least I'm not. I'll speak for myself that I'm probably not gonna. I'll be the one to have people call me, and then that'll start a conversation. Like I need to be like the secondary part of the conversation. Someone needs to like initiate it, and then I'll start. So, but yeah, I think that'd be sort of a maybe an interesting concept to have you guys talk about horses stuff in the Discord. Rather than just like, hey, what's up, or how's the weather? It's like, yeah, the whole thing is sort of like my fan sort of people who are already fans of ponies, so you can definitely talk about that stuff with pony stuff specifically, you know. Anyway, okay, I'm out of water, so I gotta go before my throat dries up again. Let's see. Well, that was just it's awesome. It is really cute. Horses are just apparently always cute. They always you always have like big eyes to horses, and it's like, oh, that's cute. It's like the Beanie Bear, Beanie Baby effect. They don't really have actually big eyes though. What does? Well, it had those weird toys that were in always those hallmarks where they have the giant bug eyes. Anyway, I just also really quickly search for your Zuji. Zoo. Okay. I figured it out. So your little like smiley face with the quotation marks at the end, that is ZU and Ramanji. There you go. Let's see. Not just Pony Server fan server, it's not strictly Pony Server. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want to talk about my cartoons, or what, if I know I haven't been posting lately, but if a new cartoon came out, then you can definitely talk about that. Like how it's a comment section, and like on YouTube, you can like add to the conversation there and say like, wow, you made a video, I have an opinion on it, kind of thing. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. You're right, Star. Let's see. Anyway, let me add my hands. Beep. That's too many hands. There you go. Okay. Thank you so much. I gotta go. Hope to see you on Thursday. Hope this was fun. We'll continue on this horse on Thursday, and then we'll see where that goes from there. I think it's probably gonna take like a couple streams to work on that. There's a lot of stuff to do. It's less stuff to do in terms of elements for compared to like the head. The head had a lot of stuff. I think the body is just gonna be fairly basic, but it's still gonna probably be fairly complex knowing Toon Boom stuff. So, yep. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Whoop. Thank you. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much. Alrighty, thank you. Alright, bye guys. Okay. I hope you guys have a safe rest of your time that you're awake. Whatever time it is for you. Thank you guys so much. Alrighty. I'm gonna stop it. Let's see. Okay, thank you.